Oregon Blockbuster outlasts others to become last on Earth. Bend, Oregon. There are challenges. The computer system must be rebooted using floppy disks that only the general manager, a solid member of General XU, knows how to use. The dot matrix, yet none of that has kept this humble franchise in an Oregon strip mall from thriving as the advent of on-demand movie streaming laid waste all around it. When a Blockbuster, it's. The store was once one of 5 Blockbusters owned by the same couple, Ken and Debbie Tischer, in 3 central Oregon towns. But by last year, a tight budget meant no money to update the surviving store. That's paying off now. Most. In. The Bend store had 8 years under its belt as a local video store before it converted to a Blockbuster in 2000, a time when this high desert city was still a sleepy community with a small town feel to match. Customers kept coming back, drawn by special touches like staff recommendations, a wish. Then, in 2010, Blockbuster declared bankruptcy, and by 2014, all corporate-owned stores had shuttered. That left locally, when stores in Anchorage and Fairbanks, Alaska, shut down last summer, barely outlasting a Redmond, Oregon, store. Bend's Blockbuster was the only U.S. location left. Tourists started stopping by to snap selfies, and business picked up. Harding ordered up, then, this month, she got a phone call. The world's only other Blockbuster, in Perth, Australia, would soon close its doors. A new t-shirt. On a recent weekday, Michael Trovato of Melbourne, Australia, stopped by while visiting his twin sister in Bend. After posing for a photo, Trovato said he misses a time when choosing a movie meant browsing hundreds of titles and asking a video clerk for insight instead of letting a movie streaming service recommend one for him based on a computer algorithm. The Bend store doesn't seem to be in danger of closing anytime soon. Its newfound fame has been a shot in the arm, and customers stream in to buy $40 sweatshirts, $20 t-shirts and even $15 yellow and blue beanies hand-knit by Harding herself. The store pays dish. People regularly send the store boxes of old VHS tapes and DVDs. They also donate. Employees always send a thank you note, store manager Dan Montgomery said. Recently, Harding has noticed another type of customer that's giving her hope: a new generation of kids dragged in by their nostalgic parents who later leave happy, holding stacks of rented movies and piles of candy. Jerry Gillis and his wife, Elizabeth, brought their 2 kids, John, 3, and Ellen, 5, and watched with a smile as the siblings bounced from row to row, grabbing Peter. How?
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park.